Hi, I'm Stephen Feinberg, Executive Director of the Rhode Island Film and Television Office. Our guest tonight is Seth Chitwood. Seth grew up in Barrington, Rhode Island. He went to Rhode Island College where he studied theater and film, and he is the founder of Angelwood Pictures, and they are doing all kinds of great work, including web series. They have 8 web series. And Seth, I want to welcome you to Double Feature.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So you have been so prolific, it's crazy. I am in awe of all of the work. How many episodes have you done?
We've done about 217 episodes out of the 8 web series, which is
8 series, 217 episodes made here in Rhode Island. So, and you also have had 18 nominations, I believe, right?
this year we've had 18 nominations for the LA Web Series Festival, but we've had 56 nominations total over the last 6 years.
And this is all from your company that you founded called Angelwood Pictures.
Yes, yes.
All right, how the heck did you get started?
Well, I originally had a theater background. I wanted to be an actor. I also directed a few theater, projects, but I had a great mentor in theater who told me, I don't think you want to be an actor. And I'm like, and you don't get people that are honest these days.
Right.
So when this person was honest with me and said that, I was like, I think you're right. And I've always had a huge imagination. I've always wanted to create different worlds. And so I just started writing, and then all of a sudden I found out that actors were willing to come down and turn those worlds, those imaginary worlds, into reality, which was
and the technology, right? You had the technology. It's different today, where the technology is available to you, right?
Yeah.
What kind of equipment did you have to get started?
When I first started, my dad gave me like an SD camera, like a little tiny camera.
Yeah.
And I was like, great, let's film with this. And then it just kind of like went from there. And then like 2007, we just switched to HD, and or 2008, and nope, that's not true, not 2008, like 2014.
Yeah.
What date is it? Is it 2017?
yeah.
What
now,
is that?
Now we're in 2017.
17, oh boy.
So you've done, what was the first? Was it Lungs was your first?
I started with a series called The Dreamer, then it
Okay.
kind of expanded to Red Circles and World's Worst Director, and then Lungs came along, In the Bedroom.
Yeah.
Then we did Family Problems, then we did
What's Code 13 was another one?
Code 13 is a feature that we're working on. It's possibly going to be a 3-part miniseries, but it's a feature we're working on.
Wow. And what's The Girl in the Attic?
It's another web series we did. We released the 4 episodes December 22nd of 2016.
Wow.
And we have another 4 coming out June 4th.
And are each of these episodes half-hour in length, or?
They range from about 10 minutes to about 25 minutes.
Okay.
Web series, especially for the drama genre, people sometimes do 6-minute episodes, sometimes they do 25-minute episodes. New media is always changing. Netflix and Amazon Prime have, made web series that are 60 minutes long. So, people don't really know what a web series is anymore. I mean,
Well, why don't you, I think that's a really good point. Why don't you describe what a web series is and where an audience can find it?
when I first started back in like 2010, like no one knew what a web series was. You'd say, oh, I'm doing web series, and they'd be like, what is a web series? And I would say, it's television for the web. It's a new media formatted show that you can access via YouTube or via Vimeo. We started off on YouTube through our website. Now we've switched to Vimeo, which we think is better because it's crisper and just a better
quality. Yep.
Yeah. And it was just, for me, I just wanted the experience. I always wanted to go into television. I always wanted to write for television. And having a web series, you're able to have your own.
I mean, you have your own network, essentially.
Essentially,
I mean, because when you and I met a few years ago, you came to the office, and you sound like you wanted to be a showrunner, right? And a showrunner is a writer, director, producer you're basically the creative force behind a series. And how have you, based on all of this experience, because now you've gained so much experience, how have you changed as a showrunner? Or how have you seen your work evolve?
Well, like I said earlier, we've done about 217 episodes. And I'm one of the first people that say that I always just wanted to do it for the experience, to learn from my mistakes. And, when you look at one episode compared to episode 40, compared from 40 to 60, it's always changing. I'm the first to admit that my first few episodes were terrible.
Yeah.
And I look back at them and I'm like, I'm just glad I did it because I learned from my mistakes to formulate better episodes, better produced shows, and be able to keep pushing that bar. So I think over time as a showrunner and a producer and a creator, I've been able to just kind of learn from each show and what audiences like and what.
Are you also, where are you filming these? Like on a stage, or are you using just practical locations? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, it all started I was, a freshman in college. I was filming in my parents' house. Everyone was saying, wow, these web series just keep getting shot in the same place. I recognize that bedroom and that kitchen and that living room. And I had very supportive parents that were also television critics, so I kind of got a little of that from them. They were always critiquing my work and giving me great advice.
Constructive criticism.
Yes, that's always great. And and then it kind of evolved from finding people that were like, for family problems, Maureen Vlacco was an actress. She also leases some buildings. She let us use this wonderful building in Randolph for the police station. We just started making connections, kind of guerrilla filmmaking, finding different places.
Yeah.
And then this year, we've been very fortunate. We teamed up with a production company called Beantown State Production Company, run by Charlie Alejandro. And we found a studio in Lowell, and we've been using kind of locations there as well to film some of the scenes. So since the parents' basement to now studio in Lowell, it's just been
And you can always use the Rhode Island PBS stage as well.
That's good to know, yeah.
And the great thing is too, are you starting to create an ensemble of both talent and crew? Is that happening as well?
Throughout all the shows, someone told me that they were adding up. I was talking to Jan Wallman, who does a lot of our casting, and I think we've worked with probably over 300 New England actors throughout the years, from background to supporting to leading to day players, all those different kind of actors. And yeah, we've started to kind of create who we like and who we don't like, and who we don't really, really like.
Right, yeah, right.
No, but we like everyone.
But that's I think it's really, really important is that you get to explore your creative juices as far as being a filmmaker, but then the actors get to explore and experience as well as the technicians.
Right.
That is great.
Yeah, I mean, New England, I've always say, is all about the experience.
Yep.
You go to New York and LA to be professional, and you want to go there with an experienced resume. And I think New England has been a great place for a lot of actors to learn. A lot of work is not very paid, a lot of it's unpaid work, and I think that your expectations for actors especially is that you're coming onto these projects and you're getting opportunities for demo reels and for scenes and to become a better actor.
And then you have, at the end of the year, you have an awards ceremony, right?
Yes. Last year was our first year doing it. Now we're doing it this year. You're coming to present, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's called the Angelwood Pictures Angel Awards, and we had so many shows, it was like we could actually have an award show nominating from the 5 different shows, nominating actors and giving them awards for their performance. Yeah.
Now, where would, is there a website that the audience can get to see your show?
All of our shows are at www.angelwoodpictures.com.
Angelwoodpictures.com. Great. Now, lastly, last thing, any advice for any local filmmakers, actors, any words of advice from Seth Chitwood?
Well, I always tell people just to do it. A lot of people get stuck in pre-production, especially when you're starting off as a filmmaker. You want to think, you're always kind of like, oh, I really want to do this, but I'm not ready to go out there. I say, go out there and do it. If you want to do a short film, doesn't work out, you could always do a short film again and again until it becomes a feature or whatever. There's a lot of famous films that started off just doing a quick trailer or a short film and evolving it into this magnificent feature. So, like from my own experience, I learned from my mistakes. I just threw myself in there. I was willing to work. Yeah.
And you are a workaholic.
Yes, I do not sleep.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming to Double Feature. I think that you are a treasure for the state of Rhode Island, New England,
thank you.
And you're giving a lot of people opportunities for their dreams to come true.
Thank you so much.
So thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.